What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the cinema chop shop. So park your ass right there. And right there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try recommend movies and music and trailers when we react to, so click the link. Now, with that being said, we are here today to review season 2, episode 8 or 18, however you want to digest it, of Your Honor, the Bryan Cranston show that is on Showtime. So let's get into it. This is our weekly recap of the episode. So um the episode opens up picking off where the other one left off, obviously. Sophia has been living with Bryan Cranston's character Michael. He's been helping her take care of baby Rocco. They've started to build sort of a bond. And Michael is doing his fatherly thing. He's encouraging her to try to progress with her life, do better things, get out of the city, et cetera, et cetera. While Rosie Perez's character Olivia is behind the scenes trying to work her magic, trying to get Michael to flip and use Sophia in order to kind of get information from the Baxters, or in order to place the Baxters in some sort of crime, or to use their as some sort of mole in order to get information from them so that they can finally put that family behind bars. Now, her character seems to be a little bit more oblivious than I honestly would imagine. She seems very bright, so for her to be sort of in denial or kind of be aware of what her family does, but at the same time kind of be a little absent from it, it seems really weird that she's so intelligent, but yet she doesn't see things that are like right in front of her. The thing that makes it even more alarming, like I said, is that this is a 17-year-old girl. And she's coming off as super naive. And again, she's supposed to be this intelligent person who has a lot of common sense. And it's just, I don't know. I don't like the fact that her character is played up to be intelligent but dumb at the same time. But the question that I've always been wondering is that, does she know that Adam killed her brother? And she is still under the assumption that Kofi killed her brother. So that's good, for her to know that much, or for her to think that much. So that means that her family has not told her what happened, what truly happened, or she has not got wind of what truly happened. So that's kind of it's a good thing. It's a good thing that she does not know. But will she learn? Will she figure this out at the end? I believe so, and I'll get to that towards the end of my video. Maybe not though. We'll see. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. Moving on, we have Olivia's character. Or no, not Olivia. We have Gina's character, which is Sophia's mom. And I don't know, is it just me, or just Gina's character is just super annoying. Like, I don't like Gina's character at all. I don't know if it's her attitude. I don't know if it's her facial expressions. I don't know if it's just the way they wrote her character. But her character to me just seems so unauthentic. I just can't vibe with her. I don't buy into her being this mob boss wife. I don't buy into her being threatening. I don't buy into none of this shit. Like, we see her at the beginning of the episode slamming on her brakes, almost running into Big Mo, and then she has this stupid conversation with somebody that she disrespected in the AA meeting, and it seemed like the conversation was just meant for her to validate her feelings, right? I don't I don't get along with women very often. Oh, we're gonna get along just fine, and it's like it's such a super cliche argument, not an argument, but a conversation to have. Such a cliche plot point. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, her character is just so like unbelievable. Like, I don't believe her character. It just comes off as so forced, and she tries too hard, and I just don't like her, and I just want her character to die like today. Actually, I wanted her character to die like a whole season ago, but I just can't buy it. Like, I wanted her to just stay the grieving mother and just shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. And the way that she comes at Jimmy It's like, she's like, oh yeah, I pushed you to get revenge. I pushed you to do that, thinking that it will make everything better, but it didn't. And I just come to the realization that I'll never love you because you're responsible for my son's death. And it's like, I get it. He bought the motorcycle that killed the son. But at the end of the day, it's like, this was a complete freak accident. It's something that just happened. It's not, it's something that happened at a random whim. It's not like it's a controlled thing. So I get how you can make that sort of justification. If he never would have bought him the motorcycle, he'll probably still be alive, which is true. But at the same time, you never know. Like, he could have died in a number of other ways. This could be like Final Destination. He missed Death that day, but then Death starts chasing him. Maybe then he'll slip in the bathroom, fall, hit his head on the toilet. All of a sudden, the freaking shower curtain falls on his head and strangles him or something. Something stupid like the Final Destination movies. But anyway, moving on. Don't like GINA'S character. I'm not really a fan of Olivia's character either. They have some really weak female leads in the show, except for Big Mo. I enjoy Big Mo. Also, Nancy's character is okay. She comes off as a hard-nosed cop. I believe it, like she kind of has that appearance to her, which we don't see much of her character in the show, this episode, by the way. Moving on, Carlo is continuing trying to suck off his dad and be like, try to gain his approval, which is nothing wrong, so but I'm not done with GINA'S character. My bad. So GINA'S character gets justification from a random woman from her grieving group that she should go and confront the people responsible, right? This whole idea of what would you do if a heroin dealer moved in across the street? I would burn that motherfucker down, super cliche conversation to have. So GINA uses this as a reason to justify her approaching Big Mo and trying to intimidate her. And honestly, Big Mo is crazy. I would have never drank anything that GINA gave me at all. Like, GINA tries to give me something, I'm not drinking that shit. It's probably poison. I'm not drinking that shit, right? Moving on to the Big Mo Chronicles. Big Mo, she looks like she's in quite a predicament. She doesn't know if she wants to be fully invested into designer or if she wants to be, settle down with her wife, pop the question, have a family. She's struggling with the two ideas. So what ends up happening is she sets old boy that I believe his name is Chris. Old boy's that little brother died in the last episode. She has him watch the drop house, and he just says F it. He leaves, go get some goons, comes back, robs the place, takes everything that she has, leaves her a little message, which is a little balloon. I mean, but again, I saw this coming from a mile away. Once they've seen the disapproval of his character and his face, and you just see how he's blaming Big Mo, then you can put two and two together. You already knew what was going to happen next. My thing is, I wonder if Little Mo helped him out to do this. I didn't see any silhouettes or figures that looked like Little Mo, but it's a interesting concept or interesting theory. But Big Mo is more than likely going to get back at him in one way or another, and we will eventually see that. Moving on. But then again, Big Mo, that's the money that she's supposed to be earning to pay back the cartel. So that might put a damper in that situation. It might put her in a really financial straining situation where the cartel might end up wiping out the whole designer crew simply because they can't pay. Or she's just going to end up in debt with them. Either or. It's still a horrible situation to be in. There's that. But, moving on. Michael's character in this episode, he's finally seems like he's dealing with the grief of Adam, and he's ready to move on for the benefit of his grandson, which is Adam's son. And he goes to the bank and he gets the college fund and he puts it in Fia's name, and he tells her to use the money however she wants. He's recommending that she gets the hell out the city and that she just starts all over with Rocco, which is honestly a really great idea. especially because Olivia came into the house and tried to flip her. So there's that conversation. But then also Michael is facing this other situation where he is trying to spare Sophia what he went through, right? He was used by he's being used by the by the US Attorney's Office or whatever. And he was also used by Jimmy Baxter, and he's being used by these people, and he already understands what it's like. So he doesn't want that life for Sophia, because I'm sure that he himself regrets that, and it eats away at him all the time. And he doesn't want Sophia to live with that guilt. So he's trying to spare her those feelings. But the truth of the matter is, he told Olivia that if she leaves Rocco and Sophia alone, that he will be the one to get her this information that she needs. I think I have a feeling how he's going to do it, and I will get around to that when I get around to it. I'll tell you my prediction a little bit. Let's wrap up the Eugene story so I go and talk about where I think the show is going to go from here. Eugene's story, he's in jail, obviously after saying who he was. He's facing 30 years for killing Adam Baxter. He's facing 30 years for killing Adam, and his lawyer, which I forgot her name, the dude that Michael was dating, the chick that Michael was dating, she is representing him, obviously, because she represented Kofi. And we just see her trying to find a way to push them to do the right thing or to help her, but she's afraid to push too hard because she feels like when she pushed too hard last time, it got Kofi killed, and she would feel hella guilty if the same thing happens to Eugene. So she ends up getting a deal with the DA's office to lower Eugene's sentence to about 10 years. And he serves the 10 years, and it's accidental murder or some shit like that. And when the information that she was using to leverage this situation is she was using what Michael did. He threw the court case in order for Carlo Baxter to get off, right? So she knows this information. She used that to her advantage. And she did that to get Eugene a lower sentence. But dumbass Eugene says he wants to go to court and that he wants to fight it because he doesn't have an opportunity to give his side and say his side of the story, because he doesn't want to just be considered like a murderer. I guess he wants to tell his side. I guess he wants to explain that. I guess what are you going to say? Carlo Baxter killed your brother, so therefore you want to revenge on him? Are you going to spill the beans and say and snitch on that family after you just said that you wouldn't snitch on Designer? Like, you don't want to be labeled a snitch, you don't want to get killed in jail, et cetera, et cetera. So like that comes with a whole bag of worms. So I really don't get where they're going with this Eugene arc. I mean, I'm sure that it's going to end with him getting off somehow scot-free, but I don't see how they're going to make this work. You get what I'm saying? Like, his character suffered enough. I'm sick and tired of Eugene suffering. He's a good kid. I feel like he should catch a break. Where I think the show is going, in my opinion, I think that Michael is going to confront Jimmy, and I think that he's going to try to get Jimmy to maybe admit something, and he's going to piss Jimmy off on purpose. And either he's going to get Jimmy to admit something, or he's going to get Jimmy to murder him. And if he gets Jimmy to murder him, that will give Olivia the leverage she needs to arrest Jimmy, put the weight on that, and then investigate the rest of the family, and then start locking up everybody one by one. So I think that Michael is going to sacrifice his life in order to give a better life for Rocco and Sophia. And I can definitely see him basically sacrificing his life in order to ensure that they have a better life. I think that that's what they're going with. At the end of this series, he is definitely going to be a martyr by the last episode. I can almost guarantee it. I don't see him being alive with them with a happy ending in this show at all. But the big question is, will it come to light that Adam was the one that killed her brother? You know, it's funny because again, her son wears both names of Adam and Rocco, which is an interesting, complex idea when you really think about it. You have literally life and death in the same name. It's wild to think of, but yeah, I mean, that's where I really think the show's going to end up going. I think Eugene's going to end up getting off scot-free. How they're going to do it, I have no clue. There's no way I can make sense of it because the DA already said that if they go to court, that he's going to like nail him to the wall. If you make him trial the case, that he's going to go for life for Eugene. So it's pretty stupid that Eugene wants to do that just so he can say his side of the story. He doesn't realize that him going to court is a fucking losing situation. I mean, the only thing that they would have to hold up would be some witnesses saying that he did it. They need to have somebody to put him at the scene. They need to have some footage of him at the scene or something like that. And I'm not sure if they have that. And on top of that, the lawyer, like I said, was questioning the police force, the same police force that was trying to kill him. So she can place it as he was being framed. So there's a way to do this. There's definitely a way to do it. But in order to make it work, she's going to need some help. And maybe she will enlist the help of Michael in order to come up with a ironclad case in order to ensure that Eugene walks free. Because who knows the court system better than Michael? Who knows how to sway a jury better than Michael, you know, and who understands a judge's decision more than Michael. So I think that we're going to see one more interaction between those two in order to, you know, I guess rectify the situation that basically Michael is one of the reasons why Kofi is dead. Now, where we see the show going with Charlie and the police force, have no freaking clue. But I think Charlie and most of those officers are going to end up in handcuffs by the end of the season. And then what's going to happen with I hope Gina dies. I don't give a damn how it happens. I don't give a fuck when it happens, but I really hope that she dies. I hope that our father dies. And I hope Jimmy's the one that does it. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's my recap / review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys having a magnificent day. Adios, homies.